All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 805. I'm your host, Cheapy here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who doesn't need to set an alarm to be on time-o, Wombat.
Were you thinking about that one all day? Oh,
No. Oh. In the last 10 minutes, so.
Nice. I'm impressed.
Yes, welcome to the show. We'll be talking about Alarmo later, I guess.
For the full 2 hours.
Just 2 hours of Alarmo talk.
Hey,
It'll be as long as the video.
Did you get one yet, GB?
I don't have a Nintendo's online service.
You didn't have to. You could just go straight down to the Nintendo store in New York City. And pick up one.
Because you're in the city more often than I am, so I figured you would have bought one.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did watch the 4-minute video of Alarmo.
We're gonna get to that.
All right.
We don't want to over talk it now.
It's 10 years in the making, Alarmo. So I feel like it's a big deal.
We got to stretch out the Alarmo news throughout the show.
A sprinkling.
Yeah.
To keep you awake. See what I did there.
Mm-hmm.
What's been going on, fellas?
I went to a concert for the first time in I think what might have been 5 or 6 years, a live music show. I saw Toad the Wet Sprocket and the Bare Naked Ladies live in concert.
Where was that?
That was at the Tillis Center.
Nice.
Part of CW Post, if you're familiar.
I am familiar.
It's actually a really nice big music hall with really nice, good acoustics. It was a really nice show. Toad played all the stuff that you think Toad the Wet Sprocket would play, all the hits. A lot from Dulcinea. I was very happy with that because that's one of my favorite albums, as discussed in the past on this show. And they sound amazing. Like you wouldn't know that they have been singing these same songs for 30 years. Like they sounded good and in their prime. And it was, the Bare Naked Ladies were also very good. They definitely are starting to sound their age, though, a little bit more than Toad the Wet Sprocket did. For those who don't know, I've seen Toad the Wet Bare Naked Ladies in concert. This is, I think, the 4th or 5th time I've seen them live. That's my wife's favorite band, so we've seen them a lot. But
wait, your wife's not Canadian. How did she come to Bare Naked Ladies being her? Like that's the number one band. Like
that is her number one band.
Number one.
I think there was a thing in the early 90s when Gordon came out where it hit with girls of a certain age, that specific album. Because I actually knew girls in college who also their favorite band was the Bare Naked Ladies from that album, people the same age as my wife. So I think you have to be in it's a very specific, like trying to grow yeast properly to make sourdough bread. Everything has to be in those perfect conditions. I think if you were a certain age in a certain place and someone gave you that CD, then they're your favorite band. Because I know at least four females of that age range whose favorite band is the Bare Naked Ladies. So.
I won their Christmas album from a radio station one time.
Nice. I heard it's very good. They talked about it during the concert.
Oh, they didn't play any hits?
They talked about how good it was?
Christmas album?
No,
Christmas album?
They talked about, Ed, the lead singer, went to buy a new shirt at some boutique in the city that day. And the girl who was helping him, so some girl in her 20s, said, "How do I know you?" And he said, I'm a singer in a band. And she's like, "Well, what band?" And he goes, "The Bare Naked Ladies." And she goes, "Oh my God, my dad plays your Christmas album every year. That's how I know who you are." So he talked about the Christmas album and he gave her free tickets and she was at the show.
Nice.
I've seen them live and I play their Christmas album every year. So
next time, if you ever see him, he'll give you free tickets. You just got to bring it up. But they're good. They're nice. They did play Hot to Go.
Their number one hit song.
They played Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan, I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yes, and they played all their hits.
Do people stand up for that or what?
For what?
The show.
Yes, for the Bare Naked Ladies.
For Toad the Wet Sprocket, you stand up?
It's funny. For Toad the Wet Sprocket, for most of it, it's sitting down. Yeah. And then when they get to Fall Down, like towards the end, he actually says, and this is the part where everyone should stand up, which I thought was pretty funny.
Did he
And
ask people
everyone
to stand
stands up, and then everyone stands up, and they play like their fast songs.
Stand up, please.
And now
up,
clap.
please.
And now clap when we finish.
For our 3 fast songs, and now we're gonna go away. And yeah, so
Okay.
And then they all came out together and played "You Shook Me All Night Long" AC/DC together as one big band. And that was kind of fun too. So
Nice.
It was all in all a very enjoyable concert.
A lovely night on Long Island.
Exactly. I got to go see a concert 20 minutes from my house, and I didn't have to worry about where I was going to park, and there was no crowd getting out of the parking lot to come home.
Right.
That is literally my criteria for a good time out.
That's why it's good to go to Madison Square Garden.
Yes, because that's just train in, train out.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
I went to Dayton.
Why?
That was my trip over the weekend. Because Emmeline got for her birthday tickets to Hamilton.
Oh.
It's in Dayton right now.
In Dayton? Hamilton
Yes.
in Dayton?
What? I mean,
It's the same show that they do here.
it's the same show that they
I
do.
know. It's
New York
a touring
City
show. It's not, well, it's the same show, but it's not the same
Did she like
show.
it? Did she like it?
It's the same show. There's not going to be a difference.
All the
yeah,
people
she
are
loved
white in it, though. That's the
She
difference.
loved it.
They're all white men in the even though
Yeah,
even at the
that's-
end it's Hamilton's wife is a man.
More realistic. No, she loved it. She said it was like her favorite birthday gift ever. I didn't go to it. Like it was just
Nice.
Mrs. Shipwreck and her went to it. And
Perfect.
So you gave away your shot?
I did. But I have since seen it on Disney Plus like every day since.
Oh, no.
So I've got all the songs playing in my head.
Nice.
No, Dash and I went to the Magic Castle, which is the local Dayton I don't know, family fun center.
Sure.
Right?
Like mini golf and pinball.
We did the
kind of
mini
thing?
golf. Yeah, we did the mini golfing.
Go-karts?
No, batting cages.
Okay.
And then spending the $50 to win minimal prizes.
$10 worth of prizes. Nice.
Less than that.
$2 worth of prizes.
Correct.
Nice. That sounds fun.
It was fun. Yeah, there was a cool like retro toy store in there's like this whole strip
in
called
Dayton. That's just the toy store.
in Dayton. Yeah.
That's the new stuff.
There's the Oregon district is the interesting place in Dayton that has like, here's the vinyl store next to the retro toy store.
They just got a Radio Shack, I heard.
Uh-huh.
There's an old man cutting hair, sitting on a porch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had hair down to his goddamn shoulders.
Yeah.
So what'd you get from the toy store?
So they were supposed to be open till 9 and we got there like at 4:40, I don't know, 4:40, let's say like, and then like as we're shopping, he's like, we decided to close up at 5 today.
Right.
So it was a hurry rush. So I grabbed a Sharkicon from the $5 Transformers bin.
Okay.
That was pretty solid. He's back there somewhere. Dash got a new in package. What's his name? The Firefly guy from Fortnite.
Okay, sure.
What? Say his name, Wombat.
Firefly? Oh,
the guy looks like Firefly.
Raptor?
No,
the other one.
The other
Okay,
one.
yeah, I have that
Wombat.
skin too, and I still can't think of his name.
Say
so it
it.
doesn't matter.
Havoc. His name's Havoc.
His name is Havoc. I couldn't think
They
of
had
it.
that new in package for $10, so we
Nice.
got him because he plays as that character sometimes.
Yeah,
but
it's worth
it was great though. Like they had like, it wasn't that big of a store, but they had like so much stuff, but you could still like see everything out, and like they had like my Lego set, which was this castle like growing up. Like you, like my big Lego set that like it unfolded and had the drawbridge and everything. I'm like, man, I haven't seen that thing in like forever. And it was just like sitting there all put together, and they wanted $200 for it. And I went, I liked seeing that.
Took a selfie with it and then left. Remember this?
I explained to Dash like all of the like how everything worked on it and like how you could fold it out and
Right.
Take a
and
picture,
do all
text
that,
it to your
but-
sister. Be like, remember this? And then move on
Right.
with your life.
right.
So that was
So-
your Lego set, you're saying? Like your
Not, it
one
was,
that you
well,
remember?
It could have been mine, but it
I'm-
was like
No,
my
I know, I
main
understand.
Lego
No, I
set,
understand
right?
that it wasn't.
Yeah.
I also
Literally
like that
yours.
set a lot. I know exactly what you're talking about. I also had the Robin Hood treehouse
Mhm.
set that went.
I didn't
with
have that one,
all.
but I know which one you're talking about.
that was
Like,
one of my favorites.
yeah, like that was my
Smaller
big set. Like
Sure.
that was the
Mhm.
set I got for Christmas, and then like I just built that castle like over and over and over and over again until I didn't need to use the instructions anymore to like
Wow.
build
That's
the.
You took it
really
apart
crazy.
and put it back together?
Oh yeah, multiple times.
See,
Is
I've
that
never
normal
heard
behavior?
of anyone. I've never heard anyone do that
Right.
ever in my life.
That's what
That
I
is
was
literally
thinking.
the first time I've ever heard about anyone taking apart a Lego set and rebuilding it.
That was like my Lego
an-
set. Like
I
I
I
had this
understand.
one, like,
I
Lego
understand
set,
that. I'm
and
not saying
I would put it all back away when I was done
Right.
with it every time.
My one Lego set, and I think Wombat, you'll agree that this is normal behavior. I remember it was like a combo set. I think you could build an ambulance and a medical helicopter. I think it was a two-part thing. And I remember like the helicopter, the ambulance was small, I think, when the helicopter was big and difficult. And I remember I fucking built that helicopter. I put it together. It took so long. And I built it in the basement. And I ran upstairs to show my parents that I built the fucking helicopter. And I tripped coming up the stairs and I dropped it. And it broke. And I was like, fuck this. Fuck Legos. And then I never touched it again.
And that's why you hate Legos to this day.
And that's why that's normal behavior, I feel.
I think that's, maybe you need to see a therapist behavior, but I mean, I'm more of I built it, it stayed built,
Right, yes,
it stayed
no.
built forever. And I played with it as like a play set,
Sure.
knights and,
Yeah.
horses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the ambulance I still had and I could play with that, but the helicopter, that was one and
Helicopters.
done, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I convinced my dad to like put it back together for me. I don't remember. But all right. That's good, Chip. We learned so much about you this year on the CAGcast. You listen to music in the background during the show. You put
oh my
Legos
gosh, you
just
know what? Toad the Wet Sprocket's playing right now. The acoustic
Nice.
dance
What
party
song?
album. Fall Down.
Oh, they did play that.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Nice. I went to a show also. I went to a stand-up comedy show. Connor O'Malley. You may remember him from such shows as I Think You Should Leave.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy who plays that in the clip of what was it, Frankenstein's girlfriend or something? Do you remember that one? He yells a lot.
He's the crooked record producer guy in the first season. This is a hit.
Yes, my friend who lives in Chicago sent me a text, and he's like, "If you have the chance to see this tour, you should go see it." And I was like, "Well, you got to tell me when it is, because I'm not going to look it up." And he's like, "Oh, it's in like 3 weeks." So I bought tickets, took my friend. It was very funny. He does the thing, I won't spoil it for anything, but he does like the second part of the show, he winds up plugging his laptop in, and he just shows you like a bunch of crazy stuff, and you laugh your ass off really hard for like half an hour. And the really funny thing is no matter what city he's in, he incorporates it into his act by like making AI videos of your local politicians and having them say weird stuff. So like for Mayor Adams, our New York City's mayor is under federal indictment, and it's like very serious. So he had a video of Mayor Adams saying that he meant to get arrested because it's like Joker in the Batman. He needs to go get arrested to get inside the prison to do something important. I don't know. So it was very weird. But anyway, funny show. And I wound up watching a lot of his old videos on YouTube. I recommend that. He has you should watch Stand Up Solutions on YouTube. That's his old.
His full special is on.
Yes,
YouTube.
that's his last one, I think. And that's one where he basically, he's in character the whole time I think I talked about it on the show.
Yeah,
he's in character as a guy who works for an AI company, and he's doing like a sales pitch at an expo. And that was funny too. But anyway, you should see his comedic humor tour if you can. Some show feedback?
Sure. This was the only, we did our last show was 12 days ago, according to this. More than that. Wombat from Opie? I don't know.
Oh.
Wombat is just that story at the start. Better not talk, buddy, at all.
I knew what he meant.
Do you know what he meant?
I think he didn't like, I think he didn't like the story. I don't know. I'm not sure what he meant. Because I had to look to see, I forgot what the story was, and the story
it was a story
was
about
your
going
anniversary.
to the restaurant. Yeah.
You didn't like
yeah.
being seated next to the garbage and the flies, and you wanted a better seat on your anniversary.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't like the story, or he thinks you should sit next to garbage.
I can't figure it out.
Is this segueing into your return trip?
No, we didn't go back yet. We've been too busy. It's been the Jewish holidays. There's no time to go to restaurants.
Oy vey.
Happy Jewish holidays.
Thank you. Jewish New Year was last week. Yom Kippur is on Saturday. We get, fun stuff. And then there's no holidays for like a long time, so it's fine. Hanukkah.
It's on Christmas this year.
I know. I have to figure out what to buy.
Overlap.
People. I know.
It changes every year, Ship.
All the toy calendars are out already, or all the
I got the Amazon
catalogs.
book. I got the
Amazon book. I got the Walmart one.
I don't know how to say this. My kids don't want toys, though.
I know, but you're at least cutting things out.
Yes. Well, my wife and I have our tradition where we each spend $100 on each other. The cap is $100, and you have to get 8
Alarmo.
gifts.
That's what I was thinking. $99.99.
Alarmo.
But it has to be 8 gifts.
Oh.
Alarmo in 8 pieces.
I was gonna say it would have to be like a piece of an Alarmo of over 8 days that I put together.
That number doesn't divide evenly.
No, it doesn't. It's like that's part of the quote unquote puzzle, I guess. It's not an even amount every day.
I feel like you could have used the Jewish number though. You could
do a $50 gift one night, but then everything else has to add up to, has to add up to
right.
$50.
I hear you.
Yeah. But the cap is $100 and you have to get 8 things. It's the challenge of it. It's not that we're cheap. That's part of it too.
Right.
But it's also the challenge of, we're adults. We don't really need, but there's also something fun in getting a wrapped gift every night for 8 nights, even if one of the nights it's like a coffee frother that costs $7,
I hear you. I like opening things.
Yeah. So
there's
just
8
fun
Funko Pops.
Yeah, exactly. It could be 8 Funko Pops. I wouldn't do that, but it could be 8 Funko Pops.
Wait a minute. Painkiller, are you the guy that was at the show that said you saw me at the show and didn't say hi? That's someone in the chat.
Yeah.
Because somebody messaged me after I posted I was on the show. And this happens all the time. They're like, oh, I saw you there, but I didn't stop and say hi. And you have to stop and say hi to impress whoever I'm with, right? At the very least, my friend who was with me would have been very impressed if you said, oh, I'm a big fan, and you made a big deal. Could have, I don't know what it would have done for me, but I would have felt good about it. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. By the way, at that show, the woman in our row got up to go to the bathroom twice in an hour-and-a-half comedy show. Feel like that's not right.
She either needed to take some drugs or she just didn't like the show.
I don't know. Or she got some medical condition.
It's true.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Like active bladder or something?
Mm-hmm.
But then you should sit on the aisle if you have that.
That's why I sat on the aisle at the Toto at Sprocket concert.
Because so you can pee multiple times?
Yeah. But I
wear
didn't.
a diaper?
I actually didn't go to the bathroom once during the show, but I did have an aisle seat.
Nice. Yeah, I always get an aisle seat. I don't even go if I don't get an aisle seat.
This way, when I stand up to dance, I have plenty of room.
You need less room these days.
Because, when they play $1 million, I want to make sure that I can get my groove on.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any video
did you throw Kraft macaroni and cheese at them?
I did. That's what everyone does. You throw boxes of macaroni and cheese.
Why would I say that if it was? Yes, I know that. Did you actually do it?
No, I did not.
Did anybody do it?
No, no one threw macaroni. No.
Just the box or the actual cooked
food? No one
food?
threw anything. No one threw noodles or anything at them. No.
I feel like people didn't know who they were.
No,
what's going on?
People knew what was going on.
I've thrown macaroni and cheese at them before.
Okay.
Uncooked, right?
Yeah.
In the box. You just bring the box with you. You go to
the craft dinner. Yep.
Yeah.
And you just throw it at them.
We wouldn't have to eat craft dinner, but we would.
Right.
Is that why?
Yeah.
That's the thing? That's
the thing.
So it's
That's
like, what do you call that? Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
It's like you're involved with
Mm-hmm.
props and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.